Hello, everybody, and welcome back from our theoretical 5-minute break.
I told you it wasn't going to be 3 minutes.
Oh, well. All right, so here
Whose
we
fault
are.
is that?
Yeah, it would have been 3 minutes.
So here we are. You're back. We are working out the second day of your rest, October 12th.
Yep. So, identify spell, more hunting, more healing. And then I think we're going to leave the next morning.
Right.
Yeah.
So Neal already spoiled that I failed the hunt.
Yes, you failed.
Yeah, sure.
I failed to, I try to find, I think I go back to the same place I went yesterday and the caribou weren't there.
Yeah, and you're like wandering around
and then
for a while.
I raced the whole day trying to find the blood trail, and it's probably covered up with snow, and it's just a waste of the day.
Yeah. So, Yaromir, you're casting a spell.
Yeah, can we get a description of what the identify spell looks like?
Yeah, what's your identify ritual?
Yeah, sure. I'm not casting it as a ritual, right? So it's a little bit different, I think.
But it's basically a written ritual as is. Like, what are you doing for those 8 hours?
Oh, it is written as a ritual. That's true. I forget that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
it's like,
never mind that. I guess it's very similar to what you've seen before, where I kind of draw out this symbol. But I guess probably instead of doing it on the ground, I spend some time like crushing down this pearl into a powder and making it maybe kind of like a paste. And I draw instead the symbol from my right eye onto the top of this disc, right? And as I do so, I utter the words and meditate upon it. And by the time like I draw this intricate constellation of tattoos, the magic kind of takes hold, and you see the pearl kind of dissolve into a glow that I peer into and fathom the results of.
Okay.
Grimes got his gloves back.
Yes.
But do you still have the ring?
No, you have the ring.
You can do one item a level with identify. So.
Yeah, would you have asked for it, or
no?
do you think we want to
feel
go
like I have a pretty good understanding of what the ring does.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm not overly concerned about fighting a new thing. If William kind of reminds me about the skull, I can identify.
Oh yeah, for sure, the skull over the ring.
Well, I don't know. I don't really know what you. Well, maybe you did say what you were doing actually.
Yeah, I said I was going to try to spend contemplation and kind of identify the purpose of this talisman.
Yeah, so maybe we should try and do the same thing to Faris's skull.
Sure. Yeah. So Yaromir kind of accepts this nod, like, "Oh yes, of course, I can try this." So I'll do that. Maybe that's what kind of takes the time, is I have to draw out these intricate patterns on both of these items, and like see the resolution of the magic as it dissolves away the pearl.
1920 by 1080.
Hey.
Resolution of the magic. Never mind.
4K or nothing.
All right.
Okay. So you cast Identify on the amulet.
What level wizard are you? 3? 4?
I am a level 4 wizard now.
Okay. 40%.
Yeah. Nice.
All right.
Is the amulet rigged up like an amulet? I don't think Grimes has seen it, but just for me,
There's
out
no
of
chain
character as a
attached
viewer,
to it. It's just like the disc
It's like
part.
a disc.
Is there something set to tie it to a string, or would you have to actually like rig it up to make it an amulet, or to make it a wearable amulet?
No, there is a way to attach a cord to it or something.
Okay, so that wasn't clear to me, and you've been calling it an amulet. I just wanted to make sure that it's like, that it's an amulet in that sense.
So you fail your identify spell. What is it that goes wrong? Is it just like you're not high enough level, or does like Ferris come over partway through and go, "Hey, what are you doing, buddy?"
I think what it is that identify doesn't spell it out to you in text, right? It shows you the like patterns and inner workings of the magic, and it's up to you, the spellcaster, to interpret them. and just what I see, what I see as the pearl dissolves and the spell kind of resolves is this intricate weaving of arcane symbols that I just like can't quite pick out, right, beyond what I already know from arcanology.
I like that. Like, you can still sense its aura, you just don't know what it means or how to decipher it.
It's just not an experience. Cool. I like that. So the only failure really is a 96 to 100. Like the point where you literally give yourself a false reading.
Oh, yeah. I like it. So in this way, identify can like be, I mean, you would never waste a pearl to detect magic.
It would also
like
explain why you have to level up before you can try that same item again, because you're literally just not potent enough of a wizard to be able to do it.
Well, he can try the skull, which I think was in the ritual circle or wherever, whatever region was.
Yeah,
he's purified for this.
So this probably like takes some time and energy out of Jaromir to like do the disc, and he eventually sets it aside and just like continues on in his trance and begins painting the skull with the same symbology and chanting the words until he gets a resolve of magic from that as well.
Neal, I think you've lost. Oh, okay.
Sorry, were you asking me a question specifically, Greg? I was kind of zoned out doing something else.
Not specifically.
Cool. All right, so you guys have passed the next few days.
Or we checked the skull. The skull, Neal.
I forgot that you were identifying the skull. My mistake here. The skull you do succeed on. I will PM you this information. Okay. So it might take me a little while to type this up. What are you guys gonna do? Do you have anything else you want to do on Thursday or Friday or Thursday before you go to party?
8 hours? Like how much time does this take? It really isn't.
Identify as an 8-hour process.
Yeah, I think Ferris spends his time berating Grimes for his hunting tactics.
Grimes is gone. This is the day Grimes is.
Oh right, you're out all day.
I will attempt to get like a jar full of ink and like proto ink and like a sharp bone.
Okay.
Don't forget, you can if you succeed on the skull, you can try again for a second property.
Yeah. Did you roll all 3 properties, Neal? Or all?
I'm working on it. I've got to type this shit up. It'll take me a touch.
I mean, perhaps all you have to type up is it sheds light from its glowing eyes.
Maybe, but I thought that was all I had to type up. I would still pretend to type longer in order to confuse everybody other than Jaromir. Manipulation of information, my friends.
So just to clarify with the identify spell, it's 8 hours of preparation. So like that's cleaning the space and yada yada, and then the spell only lasts 3 rounds, or sorry, 4 rounds, 1 round per level. And each round you can make an additional I think that's how it's worded, right? And then you got your 10% chance per round per property. And then I think you've got enough con that you don't pass out.
I don't have a lot of con. I only have 9.
Yeah,
I think
you drop
that's
to
just
1
enough.
con, so you don't fall unconscious, but it comes back at like a point of 1 per hour.
Yeah.
So, interestingly, you said you didn't want to take the amulet until you knew what it did, but you failed your save, which means we're not going to know until you level up. So you're going to try and suggest that we leave it here.
So even if you didn't actually learn something, you need to RP like you did, and you figured out that it's integral to the mine, and we have to leave it here.
No, I think what Jaromir would tell you when you're all back together is that he wasn't able to glean anything further than it is a amulet of protection in the stylings of Tempos, and he thinks that he doesn't know how it works specifically, but is concerned that perhaps taking it from the mine might break whatever charm it has. And then I guess it's up to you guys to decide whether you want to take it or not.
Yeah, I mean, the way I see it, it's pretty obvious that it's being used as part of this protection ritual on this mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's no.
Do we particularly care what happens to this? You know, about the temperature of this mine?
I mean, I don't care too much.
We have woods all around us for miles around. There's plenty of wood to burn.
I heed your opinion, Jaromir, but if there's no tactical advantage to leaving it here, then I'm not sure I can justify it.
Well, tactical advantage of doing nothing is that status quo remains same. And should we need to come back, we have a nice warm cave that is safe.
Perhaps it's not the cave that's warm and safe, but that aura of whatever it is What?
Is good point. Is good.
I mean,
point.
Perhaps the aura of safety comes with the amulet.
Excuse me.
Right?
I mean, let's consider this. We've explored this cave as it stands. Do we have any reason to come all the way back here in the future, aside from establishing a proper mine?
I don't
there
believe
must
we do.
be 1,000 tons of salt in here, maybe more.
But I mean, that's for a mine, not for our continued adventures.
I suppose you're right. Who am I to tell the queen where to make her, or the princess where to make her investments? But
It's the first source of magic we found here. I don't think we can just leave it.
The second.
Oh yeah, the skull. Does it do anything?
Yes. Did you find anything out about the skull?
Yes, it sheds soft red light in a 30-foot radius.
Well, thank you for the information. I never would have figured that out on my own. Truly, you are you're positively a well of information, Yarman.
He's
Now give me
holding
back my
back
skull.
the second property.
I am second property, too important to share.
Oh. What's this about a second property?
Yes,
Nothing.
the second property is very important. Knowable only to strong-minded researchers and wizards. Also, occasionally engineers and accountants.
well, I don't need to know any research to know that thing gives me the willies.
I think if we establish that this is my skull, Yaramir, what does it do?
Okay. If you must know, the second magical property can be used as paperweight.
What if we leave that creepy skull here and take the amulet of protection with us?
No, it's clearly
If
valuable.
we take amulets, it's possible we lose the magic of the amulet, but maybe it's worth risk.
That's the risk. I mean, if it does nothing but keep this place warm, and we take it, and it no longer keeps the place warm, but it doesn't do anything else.
All right, then I will keep it with me.
But if you look at it, it looks like it's set up to be worn around someone's neck, which means that it wasn't built with the purpose of living inside the wall of a cave.
Perhaps, but living inside of the cave it has done for thousands of years.
Yep.
Perhaps you were right. Perhaps it's meant to be brought with. I will keep it with me, as the party suggests.
Good. All right. Well, we leave in the morning then.
How heavy is the amulet, Neal?
Less than a pound. Just mark it as a pound on your sheet, but it's, like...
Okay, well, if it's a pound, it's definitely too heavy for me, so I'm gonna have to, have somebody carry my climbing harness, maybe?
Sure.
A pound? No, too much, guys. Someone's got to take
too
this.
heavy.
I can drop 2 pounds of firewood and be able to take it, sure. I'll
Okay,
take the
somebody
amulet.
else carry my climbing harness.
I'll take the amulet. I got it.
He's not giving up the amulet. I'll carry your climbing harness, Yaramir.
All right.
Yes.
A priest once told me that the gods had abandoned Caledonia, but it seems we've found maybe one spot where fate is watching.
Perhaps it's possible the gods did not abandon it entirely. There are many references in the journal to Esther, Martha, the gods guiding and giving help to the people in the mine.
Wasn't this written before
Yes,
all of
but
Caledonia?
it also appears that the people in the mine survived for a while. There is accounts of men leaving cave to get supplies and frozen in the ice, but men who stay being protected and warm. One man put his fingers out and to test the barrier between where the snow is and where the snow is not, and tips of his fingers froze, became brittle.
So Neal, is it cold enough in a blizzard now that would happen if you put your hands out of the cave without gloves? No, so it's warming
fucking
up.
way.
So it seems like it's gotten less bad over time. That would explain how they flash froze in the town.
Or there's worse storms coming.
It seems
Or maybe-
as if the
or
storm...
maybe-
That's possible, but if you were going to test the barrier, would you do it when the storm is at its worst? Personally, I would wait for a calmer day.
Maybe one of those winter wolves came, the blizzard boys, and
It's possible, but we didn't flash freeze.
It
is
seems like what
possible that
happened in the town happened in the
was-
cave.
different back then.
Yeah. But the Blizzard Boy, its area wasn't big enough to cover both the town and the cave. So.
I mean, think of the brothel in town. You said there were corpses inside that looked flash frozen, right? Like in mid motion, simply frozen in place.
Yeah, I think so. That's what they said.
So
I
Neal,
think we.
Oh,
go on. Sorry.
I was going to ask in the couple of days I've spent hunting in the woods down here, have I spotted any signs of anything? I mean, like, have I found a road or signs of anything to like where the logging camp might be in this forest?
No.
So probably, or whatever that other symbol was. So
Yeah.
so it's further south. Okay.
Yeah. So we leave first thing in the morning. I've got rations for everyone for 2 days, and then someone has to not eat on the last day, or we share. We're a ration short for the third day.
Right. The captain goes without food first, right?
Yeah. But we've got 3 days, Neal, to make it back.
All
and
right.
we
Well, the
really afford
13th is a moderate day. So your movement is d6 plus 3, and then since you're all lightly encumbered, 75% of that.
Hang on. We're more than lightly encumbered though, because I've got 125 pounds of coins to carry.
Coins. Do we have the sled?
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Can we
that's
put
still,
that on the sled?
Yeah. So it is. So it's 220.
Sure, we can like bundle it up, but the problem is more.
Well,
Even with the sled, we were still lightly encumbered.
So now you're moderately encumbered. So
hold on. Let's do some math to double check.
Hang on.
Because
If
I
I'm
have spare
carrying-
weight.
Yeah, if I'm carrying the sled on my own, then I am completely encumbered. I need
Moderately,
to drop.
or
So I'm at 80.
completely.
I can carry 17.5 pounds before I'm moderately encumbered.
Okay.
So double that for the sled. Like how far over are you?
From moderately, is that the third one?
Yeah. What is the scaling on the sled? Like how much more weight can you pull?
Half.
it
than you can
allows you to double the
half.
weight.
So if
double
I
the things you can
double,
pull.
so wait, what could we in that case? Grimes can carry another 17 pounds,
Yeah,
right? Could he
but
help
if you
pull
don't-
the sled and basically help pull another 34 pounds?
Yes.
yeah, 35 pounds. So I can chip 35 pounds off the weight and keep us still 90.
How much
but
can you
still-
chip off, Faris?
If I drop the wood, I can help with another 14 pounds that I'm carrying, so 28
Another
pounds
28 pounds.
total.
So what's 35 plus 28?
Yeah.
Yeah, 50.
Drop
That
another
would get me
63.
So that will get me to half move.
half move. That might be as good as we can get.
That's
Yeah,
moderately
I think so.
encumbered.
All right.
So we are moderately encumbered.
Okay,
Yeah.
so d6 plus 3.
Okay.
Ferris.
Divided by 2, right?
Right.
D6 plus 3 over 2.
That's gonna be rough.
Yeah.
2.
Oh,
It is tough going. You're going downhill right now, so I'll give you I'll increase that by 50%.
So just
you make
4
like
then.
3 miles.
Oh, increased by 50%.
Yeah.
I thought
Okay,
so
so
you
we
make
get to
like
3 miles.
3 miles, yeah. You make it like 3 miles. It's not
And
great.
Right.
I think you're having trouble with the sled. Like, it's so weighed down that it's starting to like build up this thing in front of it.
we're
so
probably
you pull
actually having to
shovel
slow
and
it
pull
down.
and
The
shovel.
mountain. I bet
It's
we're
almost as if we included a curving face on the front of the sled. This might help it move even.
Well, maybe if you had some runners too, but you know what? You just need to bring an expert in construction. Only
This is
What if one of
another
us
good
took
reason
carpentry?
to go back to fort.
All right. So it's
Are we burning firewood here, or is that trees?
Yeah, there are. We established when we came up that there are enough trees to sustain us.
There are a few
Okay.
trees along the way,
Yes.
so you'll be fine for the night. We passed the 13th.
I actually will ditch my
I
firewood
want to
then.
check with a survival check to see what we're looking at in terms of weather.
Give it to
Which
me.
is D20 plus 12.
That is a fail.
So
I don't know. It's
there's
fucking
so much wind, so many clouds. I haven't been able to tell the weather in fucking weeks. It's driving
Yeah.
Ferris crazy, but it's just not
Could,
happening.
all right, with Ferris's help, can I perhaps get eyes on that caribou herd? Do we see any sign of where it traffics in this area? As the
I mean,
group
it's been a couple
descends into
days
the
of
forest?
moderate weather, so everything is just flat. There's no signs of anything
Yeah,
around
I
here.
think Ferris says at this point, looking around the weather, there won't be any tracks left to follow.
for the record, we've dropped enough rations and I've dropped the firewood that I am now at 2/3 move. So can you guys?
They'd be 3/4, so 9.
Okay, yeah. So we get up to 3/4 after today.
Okay.
It is 2/3. It's on the sheet. It says 2/3 on your.
Yeah, but we
character.
established that it was 3/4 when we talked about it because it.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're going at movement rate 8 instead of 9, and we said that it was 9 and not 8.
Sure. Whatever.
All right.
All right. Next day is actually light.
Awesome.
The 14th is
So what's
much
the roll?
lighter weather. It's going to be D8 plus 6
D8
times
plus 6.
0.75.
Yep.
Roll well.
7.5.
Nice. Someone want to measure out the distance so I can move the token?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we probably make it to the edge of the mountains.
Yeah, you
Right
get to
there,
the
yeah.
base of the mountains.
Okay,
That
so it
means
might
the
be good,
town
yeah.
is within sight. Well, not within sight because you're now at the base of the mountains, but the town's not that far away. Same thing with that keep that you were hanging out in. There's no encounters throughout the day. You just
What's
been
the date?
pushing it. The 14th.
14th. Okay.
So
We have time.
to
How
search
much
the
would it
woods.
encumber our movement rate? Yeah, to like try to forage while traveling. Would that like
You-
cut it in half or something?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's
What if-
just spend the day here, and then you and Grimes go
Well,
hunting.
I mean,
and
it's not like there's supplies in the town, right? There's nothing there for us but ghosts. I say we cut
Yeah.
south through the woods and see if we can find sign of the logging camp. Maybe catch some
How
hunting
many
on the way.
days do we have before the boat shows up?
The 24th is when it's going to show up, and it's going to be here for weeks.
Yeah, it's waiting for 3 weeks, so we've got time.
Okay.
I agree. Let's see if we can't.
So if we can cut south
So let's check
before
the
we
map.
head east, we may be able to either pick up, at best, maybe pick up some rations through the woods. Maybe we can get eyes on
I don't know.
civilization.
The map makes it out that the camp should be like here, which we're not going to get to. But
We should head toward the beach. I think there's always we've always been able to find food in abundance near the beach.
yeah, I think if we
I
move
swear
out to here,
the woods were crawling with caribou.
yeah, I agree with.
If I'd had your bow with me.
Very well. I can. If we don't find any caribou, I can still forage during the downtime. We should at least stop by the beach along the way, though.
So if we move
before-
down to here, where the tundra appears on our left, then we can follow the edge of the forest to the
And then
coast.
stop by the beach on the way. Yeah.
And then go back to the lighthouse from there. So I guess that's what
Okay.
we'll do.
Sure. We've got time.
All right,
Yeah.
so we eat
All right.
rations and spend a night.
Okay,
by
so
the-
and we get 1 HP back every night, right? Because
Oh,
of the
yeah,
armor
right.
ceiling.
Okay,
Oh, yeah,
so
so we
it
got
is
another
now
two.
the 15th. The weather takes a shift for the worse and heads up towards moderate. It's still moderate, but it is the upper end of moderate.
Okay.
The winds are high, the snow's blowing in your face all over the place, and you are headed southward. Ferris, go ahead. Are you guys also looking for food right now? Or are you moving at half
yeah.
rate
So
while you're
he's
foraging?
trying to help me find caribou, and if we don't find anything to shoot, then Ferris is gonna forage for food, basically.
So, William, are you encumbered even with the even without our help? Or sorry, are you encumbered without our help? So can you drag the sled alone and have Ferris and I hunt? Or at least can you and
it
I
wouldn't
pull the
matter.
sled and have Ferris hunt alone?
If you're even at moderate with that would be good, because then we're gonna be going slowly.
But
anyway,
we
since
won't
have
be
to hunt.
we're hunting, but we won't be we'll be having Ferris and my movement. We won't
Right.
be having William's.
Which should basically
Right.
be like having heavy encumbrance, I think.
So how many,
We're going at half rate is what I was trying to establish, right? Ferris and I are hunting.
Well, we're
William's
also
doing
lightly
most of the
encumbered,
pulling.
so it's even less than that.
Okay, so it's
Alright.
half of 3/4.
Yeah.
So 3/8.
how much can you spare?
Can we just say it's 3/8, Neal, and move on with our lives? Do we wanna
I
keep
wasn't paying
napping?
any attention to what you guys were talking about, so yes, go for it.
Okay,
Alright.
awesome. So we'll move at 3/8 movement rate for these days. So it's moderate, so D6 plus 3.
Yes.
Oh wait, it's 3/8 of that. So cut that in
3/4,
half.
So,
So we move
like
almost
3...
4 miles. Wait, almost
Just
3.
just under 3.5 miles.
All
So we
right.
make it like there. And do we find anything along the way?
No.
Okay, so knowing that, then I'm gonna be foraging.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is not
Yeah,
lost
you can do
days,
some
but-
foraging, but not a lot, because you're also hunting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I imagine what was going on was Grimes was hunting. If he found anything, he'd come tell me.
Okay,
And
I see
then,
what you're saying.
other than that, I'm
'Cause-
foraging.
So,
Because Ferris doesn't have a hunting proficiency either,
Yeah.
right? And
I
all
might
it
actually
does
take
is
it in the
allow you
future.
to roll. You get an extra chance to make a encounter check or something
Yeah.
with the hunting.
Does it not make me any better at sneaking up on an animal?
No, it doesn't make you better at sneaking up on an animal. It makes you, helps you find tracks of animals and that sort of thing. You know?
Rules is written, it does. You can make hunting checks to get closer to an animal without stalking
Can
it.
you?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know
Because if it
changed
didn't,
that
I would
in your
never take
mind.
it, but I might take it once I get to 6th level if that's the case.
So give me some forage checks there, Ferris.
Yeah, so it's a survival check for everyone. I think.
Something like that. It's a survival check, and if you
And then it's
pass, you
2d6
get-
turns per. And I've got the time, so if we
And so, like,
traveled all day.
What each pass is enough food for
So
one
wait,
person?
it's moderate, so how many is -3 per hour?
Ooh, yes.
I can do 7 hours.
Yes, it's 3 per hour. But so
I can-
you're moving for like 10 hours a day. So if you're foraging as you go, you're getting like 5 days.
Well, that's
5
why
hours
we
of
were
foraging.
traveling at half rate, right? It's because I'm foraging along the way. Half of our normal rate.
Right, but then you're also like, I guess I don't. Yeah, so I guess you could get a full day of foraging in if you just move at half speed. Is that what we're saying?
That's why we were going slower.
sure.
Is I
Go for
assumed.
it.
Okay, so I'd have time for 7 hours worth, which is 6 turns per hour. So 6 times 7 is, I can do math, 42. So I can do 42 turns. So let me just do the 2d6 until I hit 42, and then I'll make a survival check for however many I get. Okay, so 7, 15, Jesus,
24,
24, 30, 37, and then if it's under 5, I got it. Nope. Okay, so I have to stop partway through that last
1,
one.
2, 3, 4,
So
5 checks.
5. Okay, so roll d20 plus 12.
1.
Pass, pass,
2, 3,
pass,
4.
pass, fail. So 4 of them are successes.
And you got one crit on one of them, so we'll allow the crit to be 2.
okay.
So 1,
so
2, 3,
5,
4, 5
5 days.
person days of rations.
Okay, and then we eat 4.
Yes.
Yeah, so we now
So
have
we're self-sustaining
one full day.
roughly.
We have 1 full day of rations left.
Okay. So we're roughly self-sustaining doing this.
You're gonna have to keep doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And if Ryan finds any caribou tracks along the way, we might get a better bounty.
Yeah.
The 16th is also a moderate day, so
Okay.
roll that distance.
All right. Let me find that really fast. It was times 3/4, but I'll make it times 3/8. 3/8. There we go. We move 3. Same thing.
3.4.
Almost 3.5 miles.
All right. 3
Down to there.
There we go. Boop.
And then I'll make my rolls. I can do 7 hours still if it's moderate. So
Do like 70,
3.
20. Oh, these are you. Wait.
I have to find out how many checks I can make.
9,
9, 15,
15,
22, 32, 40.
40.
That's gonna do it. So that's another
You could get a double 1.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 this time.
You could get a double 1 shot.
It's not gonna happen. I mean,
Just
I'll
roll it.
fine. No, it didn't
136.
happen. Fail, pass, fail,
Oh, no.
fail, pass,
2.
and one more. I think 2, 3, 4. Yeah, one more. Pass. So 3.
So that's 2 days. So we break even.
Yeah.
those
So
2
we've
days.
broken even for these 2 days.
And do we find any sign of where this logging camp might be, or where
Yeah,
those
we-
damn caribou are hiding?
We might find it the next day in the logging camp if we're lucky.
Are we
Otherwise-
ambushed by gnolls?
Nope. It's another just kind of bitterly cold day slogging through snow, heading south through endless trees.
Any luck with
just
the
kind of
caribou?
cold and miserable. No sign of caribou. No sign of any other life whatsoever.
I think we should take a turn
Yeah.
for
I was going to say the
east.
same. Unless anyone has any ideas
tell you-
on how to uncover this camp, I think we.
I wonder if
to
you
the
look at the
ocean.
map that we just got from the mine, here where I've drawn the circle should be a huge riverbed. Looks like 3 different rivers meet at that point, and we're pretty close to it. We could maybe check that out.
I think we should head toward the beach. We're low on supplies. A bad day of foraging could spell disaster for us.
Maybe if we can find that riverbed, though, we could make better time.
Would it help us?
If it's
I mean, the riverbed's going to be underneath a bunch of snow, right? So
And ice.
It might also be where the camp is.
I would bet that confluence.
We have, even if we found
Right there.
something even if we found anything valuable, could we even transport it back? We're almost at our limit as it is.
If there's ice on that river, then we might be able to drag the sled along it easier.
Yeah, that's what I was
Could you
thinking.
walk on ice?
I could walk off to the side and drag the sled along the ice. I think we're close to it. We should check it out.
Does that
unless
have
it's-
force? Wouldn't the force then be applied at an angle, dragging it back
Oh
onto
my
the
God.
snow? What is sine of theta in this case, William?
Good enough is what it is. I think we are gonna.
I think we should just go
check it out.
east, personally.
I think we should head to the lighthouse, but
Yaramir, do you have a vote?
I would like to pick up a dead body. I didn't want to put one on sled when we left mine because it sounded like sled was too heavy, but now it sounds like sled is less heavy.
Sled is about as heavy as we can manage with the way that
Specifically,
we're currently progressing.
Yaramir, we're not currently talking about that. I'm talking about whether we should divert to this riverbed. Maybe check out the logging camp. What do you
I'm
think?
sorry, Yaromir was thinking about dead bodies.
Clearly.
there's some dead rats back at the lighthouse.
I don't know. Yaromir was very interested in this possible place at rivers. If we look at new map we've found
Yeah.
and compare to lighthouse plaque, the angle of the dangle, as they say, is on line to tower. Perhaps Yaromir was incorrect about where this camp was and is not at confluence of rivers.
It could be further.
It did seem it was a simple map, wasn't it?
The
It might not
angle
be to
is
scale.
simply pointing further south to where this tower is. Perhaps we are very far away from this second location on plaque.
Either
So-
way, we have injured people. We're low on supplies. I think we should get to the lighthouse as quick as possible so the ship can pick us back up.
So let's see how well the next day's travel goes, because we've got to go south here to the river before we turn.
Why?
Oh, you mean you just want to turn right now?
Yeah,
'Cause we
that's
don't
what
really
I was
know
saying.
where-
We should turn to the east.
Because we don't really know where we are.
We have a compass, don't we?
Yeah.
Do have
Oh.
compass, yes.
Yeah, like going east. If we're in the forest, we know that going east we're gonna hit the sea.
I have a compass and a map. I should be able, using the salt mine map, I should be able to lead us anywhere we want to go.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
Between direction sense, compass, and map.
Yeah, so this map doesn't have the whatever was on the plaque. There were the mine and one other location were on the plaque that are not on.
Okay,
did
so
have other
my argument
locations.
is it doesn't have the mine on the map because it's in the mine. But maybe it's just not there. But like if we look at the angle of that arrow to the dupe to dupe with the V, right? It's kind of looks like it's at the same angle towards this tower. Maybe I just was wrong and there's nothing there where the rivers are that we can now see there are in fact rivers. But it's just further south. It's whatever this is down here by the mountains. That's what it's pointing to.
I think we should go, but I'm not going to force everyone if no one wants to, so we can
Go
take
I think
I
east is
was
our
totally
best bet.
okay
We need to
going.
get to the beach as quick as possible. Find more sources of food. We are dangerously low on supplies. We shouldn't be gambling like this.
All right. We turn east.
Okay.
All right. Can I make a survival check? See how the weather's turning.
Sure.
That's a pass.
I passed for once.
You know what? You probably didn't want to know the answer. It's
It's a
just
blizzard?
shitty. No, it's just the same shitty, miserable weather.
Fine with me. I just don't want blizzards. I can deal with moderate. I don't want blizzards.
All right.
All right, so D6 times 3D. Oh, God, there's so many rolls I have to go back through. Here we go. Times 3/8 for today. And this is why I wanted to turn right now, because times like this can happen. Should we go a good 1.5 miles? That'd be about, starting from here. Yeah, right around there.
All right. It's not going so great, guys.
Yeah. And making the foraging checks.
Yep.
So do we find something that distracts us, or do we just does William just get snagged in every
6.
bush we walk past?
Too many, so less than that.
Give me 1
4, 5, 6,
sec.
7 checks.
Might I suggest that you prioritize this proficiency to rework, Neal? At least in terms of coming up with a way to bulk calculate foraging yields, rather than having to roll out how long it takes. This just seems like
I'll find a way sometime.
I can do the
next
D20s
episode,
in bulk.
maybe.
I don't know why I wasn't
Yeah,
doing that
do
earlier.
the
Here's 7
70.
D20.
But even that, I feel like one
do you have?
proficiency check for the day should be
I agree.
perfectly
5
fine.
successes. Yeah, I would like to do one check.
Or
for the
like-
day,
I'll
but
sort
one check
something
for the
out
day and
before
s-
the next episode. How about
Okay,
that?
yeah, that's fine. We can talk about it off camera. But
Yeah, we got 5.
I have 5 successes today.
All right.
Once a crit success, that'd be 6, I think.
Sure.
Gathered.
Now, middle of the day, you guys are out searching for all sorts of stuff. Ferris has found this this patch of like tree mushrooms. It's just like fungus that's growing on the tree in a ring all around the tree, and he assures you it's edible, even though it kind of looks like
I did pass on the
toe
survival
fungus.
check.
Yeah, he promises you it's edible, but it looks just like giant toe fungus on a tree, and it doesn't smell particularly appetizing. I should note that all of these like foraging things are finding things that are technically edible,
But not
like,
great. Yeah.
unpleasant usually. And while you're looking here at this tree and trying to pry off this stuff, I need you to make me a perception check, Ferris.
Count the days till we get attacked by ice spiders.
That's a
Gotta happen at
pass.
some point.
Ooh, I actually have to roll this thing's perception score to see, because it rolled like a nat 19. So
Ice spiders. It's gotta happen, right?
It'd have to get...
yeah, it has sufficient. It spots you first.
Ooh.
Can
Great.
it sneak up
With a
on
31, I
you?
should still see it before it like closes on me or something.
Yeah, I think you catch it as it's closing in on you. There's like this flurry of movement, and the tree next to you kind of shakes, and snow begins to fall down, and you frantically look around when you spot a thing descending upon you. It is.
Paris, have you been updating your
Not
HP?
on the... I have been on my character sheet, but not on
Okay.
here. I couldn't find my token. Let me do that really fast. At 9.
Positively
All right.
healthy.
Yeah.
So it is a large, kind of a white-colored bear, but it has this like elongated
Did you put
neck,
fucking drop bears in this campaign, Neal?
an elongated neck that ends in a sharp beak.
Oh, an alba.
So it's initiative time?
And it's initiative. Yeah, this thing is jumping out of a tree and running straight for you.
It's a drop owl bear. All right. So
Nice,
I assume we're all together at this point because like
Are we surprised or are we?
No,
I
Ferris,
spotted and shout. Yeah.
You spotted enough that you're not surprised, but it
It's
will
definitely
get
closing
like,
on me first. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll get a round above you, before you, but no surprise for anyone. It's just like gets the drop.
What does that mean? Like it goes first in initiative?
So
Yeah.
So
sure.
Ferris was scavenging for food really close to all of us.
Yes.
You guys are probably a little bit away from him. You're not adjacent. Like you guys are moving in this direction, and Ferris like keeps going off like back and forth to scout for food on either side. So he's some distance away from you. Why don't we roll?
Wouldn't it be just like straight initiative if I'm not surprised to see who goes first?
Yeah, you know what? That's fair because you rolled really
Okay.
high on your thing. You didn't
Yeah.
fail your check, so yeah, we'll just do normal initiative. But it spots you and gets to decide what to do rather than you spotting it and deciding what to do. How far are you guys from Ferris right now?
Could do like
Ferris, roll a
2d6 times
D1
10 feet.
I was gonna say roll a D100 to see how far, what distance you
Sure.
are from them. Like if 100 is like the maximum distance you've traveled from the
Is
party.
this like in feet that we're going with? Because if we're
this
going
will
to
be
do
a
D100,
maximum distance that. So let's say you normally travel up to 400 feet away from the party. The D100
sure. Should I just roll a
would say you're at-
D400 in that case? Like I'd be fine with doing that.
Sure, that's fine. D400.
200 feet.
200 feet.
Okay, and I can move 120 feet in a round, I believe.
It's moderate, so you can go 60.
Oh, 60.
feet in a round,
Okay,
unless
so
you're
D10 plus
encumbered, which
3.
then that gets lowered as well.
How close am I to William?
Probably adjacent.
I'm adjacent to William.
You might even be
Okay.
like riding on the sled that he's pulling.
Hell yeah, I'm riding on the sled. Carry
not.
me.
But you're not riding on the sled.
I mean, you're
I
moving
don't
at
wear
half speed
belt.
anyway, right? Oh my god, that's way too loud. There we go. All right, the owlbear.
Wait, so if I wanted to take the parry action, would that still be weapon speed? I assumed it was just flat speed.
If you declare at the beginning, you've already rolled, so I think you're screwed. But if you
Well, I
declare,
think-
if you declare before initiative, I think you can.
you can
Well,
just
that
do
was
it
the
both
plan,
ways.
basically, was to do the
Yeah.
the parry action until they
Okay,
catch
if
up.
you've
fine.
already rolled, have you rolled initiative yet?
I just thought, I
Yeah.
assumed that it was, I go on my initiative turn.
Right.
But I don't think you've even rolled initiative yet, have you?
He rolled
I
it.
did.
It's fine. You're
did.
parrying this
Okay.
round. That's cool.
Okay.
Don't forget to
Okay.
blow your whistle short.
Oh yeah, Ferris like he doesn't even get the whistle in time. Like it's too quick. He just shouts like, "Drop bear!"
All right, drop ass.
my monsters.
So my initiative's actually 8 if I'm just running.
Okay. Here it is. Excellent. That.
So you might be in trouble here, Sean.
I could be. I do get the AC bonus from parrying might save me.
Yeah, I hope so.
I think I'm at like 20 something AC. I get +3, so I'm at 21 AC with that, which might be enough to save me.
Doesn't sound great.
You didn't like the sound of all those dice?
Not at all. You're gonna have to tackle this thing.
Oh yeah, I'm coming for it. Don't worry.
So wait, when parrying, are you still able to like back away, or do you have to stand your ground?
It's an action, so you can take a half move.
Okay. Does that like provoke an attack of opportunity, or can you just like
Yes,
back
it
up?
provokes an attack of opportunity.
Okay, so I hold my ground then.
But this is before you closed, right? So you can start backing away before.
Only if
and
I
then
go
it charges.
first.
Sure.
If I'm
So
ahead of it
you're
in
moving
initiative.
at 13. You're parrying right away. Has everyone rolled initiative? Yes. It looks like everybody has rolled initiative. The owlbear goes at 9.
Okay, so
which-
yeah, I cannot move.
Yeah. The
So
owlbear.
I go at 8. Well,
You go at 8?
yeah,
thought you
yeah.
said
'cause I'm
10.
Well, you
running
move
up.
at 8.
He's only running, yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Are you moving
yeah.
your full movement this round?
Oh wait, should we actually do the proper initiative tokens?
No,
We all
that's
did,
fine.
but it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I am moving at full movement, right? Because I'm not going to get there in one round.
All right.
Yeah, you can
Disappointed.
leave the sled behind, and I think you
Yeah.
can double move, right? So you can move 120.
Yeah. So that's what I do. So I get to within 90 feet. Alright.
I'll double check to make sure I'm right about the parrying, but I'm pretty sure I'm at +3 AC from that.
Okay. Excellent. Let's sort by
At its level +1, yeah.
ascending. All right, so the owlbear leaps out of its tree, runs the distance to Ferris as quickly as its large legs can carry it, and makes 3 attacks against you. 2 claws and a bite.
21 AC.
Okay. It rolls a 20, a
Fuck you.
21,
Fuck.
Oh.
and
How do you get to 21?
27 to hit.
Oh my god.
Goodbye, guys.
So
Whoa.
Ferris, the first claw comes in. Oh, first claw comes in and bats you around for 3 points of damage.
Okay, I'm still standing.
Then I believe the bite is actually like a crit on you.
What's the natural roll?
19.
That is a crit, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Depends on how much damage the bite does. If I take more than 16, I'm dead. Or if I take 16 or more.
Okay. What do we got here? A lot of dice.
19. It was a natural 19.
Natural 19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Plus,
a 27
like, 8 or
It was
whatever,
a 27. Yeah, total.
Okay.
So you take 14 points of damage as the owlbear comes in, like
I think
bats
I'm
you to
dead.
the
I don't think they
side,
can even reach me
and then
inside
its
in time.
beak comes in and starts ripping into your shoulder.
Eat it.
And then the next 2
There we go.
people would be Yaromir.
So I'm down.
So Marshall ran in to do something, right?
I mean, I'm just running. Yeah, I'm not going to get there in time.
How many?
How far did you close, Marshall? 120 feet?
120. Yeah.
And he's 200 feet away?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So I have to change what I'm doing. That screws with my plan. What happens if I change from casting a spell to like sprinting? Do I have to like
You just go
back?
at the end of the initiative order.
Okay, then I have to go to the end of the initiative order.
Okay. Grimes?
Yeah. So I try. Can I see through the trees? What's going on? Like, do I
Absolutely.
see Ferris down getting mauled by a bear?
Yeah.
Okay.
A beached bear.
All right.
Yeah.
I move as close. I don't know. I move 60 feet closer. Actually, scaled by 3/4 or whatever that is, so like 40 feet,
Sure.
which is still gets me within 180 feet to
Okay.
make a shot at close range. -5 for the wind,
I believe that's the case.
and I'm just hollering.
6
at
for the
this
wind.
beast
Sorry,
as I do it.
6.
-6 for the wind.
Yeah.
All right. Back attack or like an like a
You
flank
can get
or
a flank
something.
easy, yeah.
No.
No. It flies wide and lodges itself
And
in
I'm
a-
like shouting
somewhere.
and like waving. Oh, over here!
All right. Yaromir,
Taunting
you
the owl bear.
Yarmir, you close your 120 feet as well, and we go to the.
I notice Ferris go down, and I basically try to sprint to him, but I'm assuming I can't make it to him.
Okay, well, hold on. We do have charging rules. Remember, if you want to move faster
Charge,
over the
I can't
snow,
make a healing check.
Wait, so could I have charge then?
you can charge, but you got to make
The
a
charge
con check
requires
to
you to
do
make a
it.
con check or you fall flat on your face.
Right. If you'd like to run through the snow,
but I can't charge and make a full round heal check.
It's fine. In two,
Right.
even with the charge, they wouldn't reach me this round. But even
Right, it would
without the
take 2
charge, they'll
rounds.
reach me next round.
yeah. So Nick, do you want to actually change your action to like a run through the snow?
Yeah, I mean, I'll
it's
charge. If I can get to it this round, I'll do it.
It'll increase your movement by 50 feet, so you'll go 180.
You won't reach it this round.
No, but it'll put you in range to help him out the next round. Easy
But
peasy.
if you
Okay.
don't charge
Yeah.
this round and charge next round, you will be able to reach an attack. So even if you want to charge, I'd save it till next round.
And if he wants to attack next round,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, I'm running as fast as I can.
All right. So give me a
yes, that'll
con
make-
check to see if you can like pull yourself through the snow. Oh no! You get going, and then like your foot gets caught, and it's slippery, and your snowshoe like comes off, and now you're like
It's
one
off.
snowshoe, one not snowshoe. You got to like stop and put your other snowshoe back on while like Yaromir bypasses you very quickly.
So how far did I actually get?
You make like insignificant distance. So
Oh,
let's say you
shit.
get like 20 feet closer.
All right.
Unlikely fail on that con check. Next
Yeah.
round initiative.
So am I within 1 movement of Sean?
Yeah, you are 80 feet away from Sean.
Here's my D10 for when I
Okay,
take
so
damage.
I'm not rolling initiative. I'm making a move and a full round action to perform a heal check to stabilize him.
Okay, so if you move, it'll be 80 feet, and then a stabilized check. 80 feet's more than your half
He can move
though.
up. He can move 120 feet. Well, a move is 60, right?
Right. So full move would be 120. If Sean is 80 feet, you'd need like a full move to get to him, or a move and a
Okay,
half.
so I guess
Could he-
I'm moving to him with the intent of making that happen.
Okay.
So here, initiative.
Has the owlbear heard us and like turned towards?
We're rolling this is the round to decide that right
Yeah,
now.
yes.
Yeah.
The owlbear goes at 13 this round.
Yaramir reaches me before that.
Yeah. So Ferris bleeds. Yaromir reaches
so I have
the
a question
owlbear.
about the mechanics before I move.
Sure.
If I make a half move and I don't get all the way to him, next round, can I make a half move and do the healing check?
Yeah, but if your initiative's
If he
lower
makes
than
it,
his-
if he makes it to me this round, would that negate the idea of having to beat my initiative next round for me to not bleed to death?
yeah.
Since he
Because
makes
he
a
has
half
a
move to get to
healing
me.
proficiency, I will let Yaromir prevent you from bleeding before he gets to make his action.
Cool.
Because he's a doctor, he's a medic. For anyone else, I would say you would have to
Okay.
you would bleed before they get there. So Yaromir, sounds like you can close with Ferris and the owlbear this round and like start tending to Ferris, but next round is when you actually do the tending, but you'll stop his bleeding.
So that's what has to happen to keep him alive?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It seems like if you run to him this round, you can get
Okay.
to him before he starts.
It might end
before
up
before he bleeds next round.
Everyone might just die right now.
So I'm like
God damn
whistling
it.
like crazy over here,
yeah.
and whistling and shouting and trying to like get the bear's attention.
Okay. So Yaromir
may-
gets there. The owlbear is right in front of Yaromir. What happened to the amulet, by the way? I think I was zoned out for.
It's on my character sheet. It's in
Yeah.
like my
Okay.
top
He has it on
bag.
him.
However, I'm carrying all my stuff and my robes. It's with me.
Okay.
But it's not around your neck.
Right. So Grimes is trying to attack the owlbear and like fired a shot
Yarmir
at
hasn't
it.
gone. Oh, Yarmir did go. Yarmir did
Yaromir went.
close.
Yeah.
Does the owlbear notice Yarmir? Or he didn't?
I think the owlbear does notice Yaromir. And do you know what the owlbear is going to do? It's going to... I think it's just going to try and maul Yaromir here.
Good luck, man.
So,
I'm dead.
Maybe. Yeah.
The owlbear's first paw comes towards you, and just as it's like about to wipe you in the face, there's like a soft extension of blue light coming from your pocket or your
Ooh.
backpack. I'm not sure
Wow.
which one. And the blow kind of just like it's like it hits a soft thing before you and kind of just grazes above you. So that 14 something, 13, 14 is a
I'm
miss.
knuckling my mustache in anticipation here.
I'm glad you let that count as equipped, even though it's in your pocket.
It's on you, man. The second claw comes towards you and actually hits you and bats you around for...
How much
are you on?
The wrong die
Yeah,
size.
what have you got, Greg?
I have 13
bats
HP.
you around for 6 points of damage.
All right, I'm still up.
Bite.
And then the bite comes down, and once again that blue glow extending from you as the bite like comes and coming for your throat, and then just somehow the owlbear like overextends, and its beak lands on the other side of you with its feathered neck right across your throat.
We just found the Chewy equivalent of bracers of protection.
Yeah.
There's an amulet of protections thing.
Oh yeah, no,
maybe this is something
it's
else.
like in 3E, every wizard tried to get bracers of protection because they were like the way to get armor as a wizard.
Oh shit!
So, Neal, can I make the con check to run an extra 60 feet and then attack? Or
Absolutely, it would be a charge. Go for it.
No, but I'm not in range to... Because I'm not within 180 feet, am I? Unless I got 31 feet last round.
It was 200 feet. We just rounded down to 200. So,
Yeah.
what did you move last round? 20 feet, right? And then you
okay.
fell? So
I
you're actually,
think he
if
could
you can
charge
make a
actually.
con check, you're actually exactly within distance. Wow. That worked out
Alright.
really well for you.
Don't fail it.
Fuck you,
Again.
So he gets his snowshoe back on and immediately starts running, and the other shoe falls off.
Fuck's sake.
It just like gets caught, and you
Bye,
pull
guys.
too hard and just tumbles to the ground. Grimes, it's your turn.
Okay, what is it? So if I am encumbered, I'm at 3/4 or 2/3 of 60?
3/4.
3/4. So what is that? 0.75 times 60? 45. So I moved another 45. I moved 90. So I'm 110 feet from it. I am
Okay.
short range. Oh, actually, am I throwing 50? No, I am in like long range for throwing. So I'll just take another shot, continue to whistle, and try and get this bear's attention. Maybe if I hit it. No,
15
can we do
will-
math? So it's 17. My base is +3. Can I get into a back attack or something at this point? So it's plus 3.
You can definitely
said
get
minus.
a flank on this guy.
Yeah, I think that's including flank.
15's a hit, though.
Oh, 15's a hit.
Nice.
15's a hit, yeah.
Yes.
Whew, all right.
Draw its attention.
It's freaking wind. All right, 5 points of damage.
All right.
And-
Your bolt lodges in the owlbear's side.
This is the first damage it's taken.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if that's enough to get its attention.
Well, let's roll initiative for next round.
What do you want? How do you want to handle me healing Ferris?
It's just a full round thing, right?
It's a full round action. You gotta
Perfect.
just
So, yeah,
heal
I'm
Ferris
taking
and
a
hope.
full round to make sure Ferris doesn't bleed out and praying that this
how-
amulet is enough to keep me alive and or Grimes gets its attention.
How far can you charge? Or how far can you, if I,
180.
180
180
with a
feet.
con check.
180 feet with a con check
Yeah.
Yeah.
and still attack?
Yeah.
Yeah. Charge is OP. It is.
Well, unless you fail your con check and you're flat on your face 2 rounds in a row.
Fail your con check twice in a row when you could have been in fucking melee range without the charge 2 rounds ago.
How,
I just care too much.
well,
It's what makes you a
another
beautiful
10
person.
on my initiative. God.
All right. So Ferris and Yarmir do nothing. The owlbear, goes at 7, actually.
Shit.
And the owlbear turns from Yaromir. Something just hit it in the side with a big fucking bolt. It kind of gets its bearings at this really loud, obnoxious person over there with a crossbow. Not that it knows what a crossbow is. And it just starts barreling in your direction, Grimes. You said you're 110 feet from it?
I am 110 feet if I started 200.
Okay, so it closes
I
to
think
you,
it
but
can
cannot
close.
make an attack.
Oh, thank God.
Does it not
It's
charge?
right up to you, right up next to you, Grimes.
Does it not charge though, Neal?
I'm gonna say the animals that live here or have full natural movement in this area, but don't have charge attacks. It's getting too
Okay.
complicated for this shit.
I
Marshall,
charge.
you can charge. Do it. It's
Wait,
within
how
range.
far away is it now then?
100, probably only like less than 60
Probably
feet
like-
from you for sure.
Yeah, it's probably like 60 to 80 feet from you, I would say.
Well, is it 60 already? Because if it's 60, I don't need to charge.
That's true.
So I had moved 90
It's like
feet,
75, yeah. It's a little too far from you. You'd have to charge or just move adjacent to it.
And how far away is Faris and Yaramir?
No, you've made it 40 feet to Ferris and
To
Yaramir. So Ferris and Yaramir are still 160 feet from you. The
No,
owlbear
100
is a little bit
okay.
south, because Grimes was at a separate angle from you, because he's always, moving out ahead. So it's 75 feet to the owlbear and 160 feet to the other two.
All right, so it looks like instead of charging, could I just do a double move and try and just tackle it? So I'm not actually attacking it with my sword, but I'm just kind of
You just use your move to run into the owlbear.
just sprint at it, yeah, and then I'll tackle it at the last minute if I can.
Sure, that sounds fun. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
have you wrestle an owlbear.
Damn right.
from the back, right? The owlbear came to me, and here comes William.
Yep.
Clang, clang, clang.
Do I get back attack?
Sure. Give me an attack against the owlbear.
Oh no!
You
Fuck's
get to the
sake.
owlbear, you go to jump, your other shoe falls off again, and you're one shoot in the snow.
God damn.
Grimes.
So I was getting my dagger ready to throw, but I guess the bear came to me.
Yeah.
I'm now locked in melee, right? So there's no backing up is not a thing, right?
You could withdraw.
Yeah. So let's do a dagger first with the offhand. 14.
I think it has
Should've-
15 AC.
Should have done that with the main hand.
Yep, AC
Yeah,
15.
I can't think of any bonuses. All right, and then the pick. Oh, God.
Why
So
is your
close.
offhand at a bonus to hit? And your main
It's
hand is not.
complicated. Do
Okay.
you really want to do the math?
No, I
it's-
trust you.
There's
but-
offhand penalties, but I'm better with my daggers than I am
Oh,
with my
because you're
with my
unproficient
pick.
with the pick. Got it,
Yeah,
got
yeah.
it. Okay.
My
Well-
main and my offhand are different. Yeah.
Next round initiative. At least everybody is in the places
So
that they're
wait,
supposed to be.
Yaramir successfully did the healing check on me?
Yes, he has bandaged up your neck that was just oozing blood to the point that you're not going to die.
Basically, I've stabilized you at this point.
Awesome.
Yes.
You are still on death's door, though.
Yes, you are
Ooh,
almost
Marshall.
dead.
Can I get a layout
Back
of exactly
attack
where
longsword.
William is in relation to Grimes
Sure.
and the bear?
I'm just going to draw it on the frozen tundra area of the map.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
On the bright side, if we live, we'll have plenty of rations.
you guys were headed in this direction. Ferris was down here. I should just make that a P. Hold on. Let's
Could just move his token.
Oh my god, we've got tokens.
Tiny Grimes. Giant
All right.
Yaramir.
So we had Ferris over here. I should really be doing this in this version of this map. We have Ferris over here. Yaramir is now also over here. Grimes is maybe here, and
Yeah.
William is maybe there.
Yeah. And I'm
So he
110.
made it all the way there before he tripped.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah,
Yeah.
he made it to
And
the owlbear.
the bear is the bear would have to go through William and Grimes if I moved to right here to get to me.
Yeah.
Right? It would yeah, okay. Okay, then this is what I'm gonna do.
And we are 110 feet from you.
Yes.
So
And I'm rolling shit initiative. This is frustrating.
I think last round Yaramir should have gotten to roll a healing check, right? To probably cure 1d3 points of bleeding damage.
no,
which
because
of which is
sat in
only
the
one.
snow for too long.
yeah.
It wasn't the
But
around.
he bled 1 point of bleeding damage last round. Can you not make a healing check to heal the 1 point of damage that he
I
took?
think you're
points.
just stabilizing him right now.
That's fine. I would rather him stable than extra 1 health. Right? I would rather he's not bleeding out and gonna die than get +2 health or whatever.
Okay. So we sorted out our initiative. I'm just
William.
gonna take you out of here. William,
Pick yourself up out of the
you
snow.
got one shoe on right now.
Yeah. But
Doesn't matter.
one
you know
blessing
what to
is
do.
that because I missed so successfully, it probably didn't notice me. I've still got a back attack, right?
Yep.
All right.
There you
18.
go. That'll hit it. Your arming sword finds a home in the owlbear's flesh. Oh,
13.
Nice.
There you go. Now the owlbear notices you.
Yeah.
Does it turn around to face William? Its new
Yarmir
adversary,
gets
or
to
is
go
it still-
first, and then we'll see what the
Oh, yeah.
owlbear does.
Okay, so Yarmir is gonna move behind William, so that William is between him and the bear.
Okay.
And then he takes out his powder rusted iron and begins drawing a tree symbol on the back of William's armor, and he casts Enlarge.
I think you gotta wait till next round because he's 110 feet from you. So it'll take a
There's
full...
a range
How
on
did
the
this
spell.
happen?
Oh, right.
Enlarge
what's
has
the-
a range of like 60 yards. You're fine, I think.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
it is, doesn't it? I always
Yeah.
thought of my spells as touch spells because that's how I've like been making them. Yeah. Okay, so fuck that. I don't move an inch. I stand right where I am, and I draw the symbol of a tree in the snow in front of me. And like maybe for the first time, maybe like the panic of the situation makes me realize, hey, maybe I don't need to touch people with my spells every time. And like I imbue, like
so-
I call upon the arcane energy to like from this tree, and this tree grows. Like it starts as like this little pattern in the snow made of iron, and it grows and stretches out across the snow until the tip of it reaches the feet of William, and William just starts growing 40% his original size.
So Enlarge's range is 5 yards per level. So at level 4, it's 20 yards, 60
So
feet.
60
So you
feet.
can move 50 feet.
Yeah, so I
and cast
move
it.
somewhat closer and then do this thing.
Okay.
Score. All right. The owlbear turns to face giant William.
Yeah, right.
And then
Bring it
it
up.
stands up on its back legs, so it's taller than you again. It stands about 8 feet tall now. Gives a because it's crow's like an owl.
Yeah.
And then makes its 3 attacks against you. Oh,
right.
that's
What's your
kinda
AC, William?
disappointing.
18.
Oh, nice.
All right, so the 14's a miss, the 15's a miss, but the 25 with the beak is a hit.
At least you're sitting on like full HP. It must be really nice.
Yep. I'm like 8'10" right now. I'm fucking huge.
You're
Much
8
damage
foot
now.
10?
Oh my
Yes!
god! I guess you are actually taller than the owlbear.
Size.
So
Was that a crit, the bite?
no, the bite is
No,
not
it's
a
+8 to
crit.
hit, I think, based on the other rolls, which would make that a natural 17 and not a crit.
You're so smart, Greg. I fucking hate you. But it does roll almost max damage. It rolls 20 on a non-crit against you. Its beak runs into you and just like
Oh, it was
rips
just on the
apart the
bite?
chainmail on your shirt. Yeah, it's just the bite.
Jesus.
Rips apart the chainmail on your shirt, digging deeply into your chest and flesh. You're gonna
Alright,
need a
kill
new
this thing
shirt of
fast.
chainmail.
Yeah, alright. Well, I guess we're going back to the fort, aren't we? So.
All right, and Grimes,
All right.
last but not least, buddy.
Grimes
Take it
to
home.
back attack. Pick first.
Good idea.
17.
Ooh, that'll do it.
D6 plus 1. Oh, minimum 2 points of damage. And the dagger. 14. No, there's no
One
other
shot.
bonus.
It
right?
hits it
Back-
and just kind of digs deep into the flesh. Are you level 4?
I am
yeah.
level 4, so
Yeah,
I'm plus.
that's only +1 to hit. Level 5 is
to hit.
another +1 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. Unless didn't the thief rebuild include cleric Thaco?
Yeah.
So
That's
it should
why
be level. You should have level 3's +1 to hit. Level 4's
Okay, yeah,
+2
so
to
I have
hit.
+2 to hit, -1 for being offhand.
Okay.
So plus
And
1
then
in my
+2 for
offhand.
back
And then
attack.
+2 for back attack, yeah.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
hits.
Cool. Got it. Well, next round initiative.
Whew.
6 is 10 for the owlbear. And
8.
I have just butchered my initiative.
all right, Marshall. The owlbear is
Good.
before you.
2 attacks
Slash
this
that
round.
fucker.
I don't get any bonus to hit from large, do I?
No.
No.
You don't get a bonus to hit, your damage dice gets increased by 40%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
13 is not a good one. Nope. And Yaromir is next.
At the same time he's swinging, I want to like time my magic missile with his sword strike. I just kind of trace that symbol upon my chest, and sprouting forth is 8 points of missile damage.
Boom.
Nice. So the owlbear's got a bolt in its side, a huge slash across its back hindquarters, and now it's just like oozing blood from this magic missile hole in the front of it. The owlbear is badly damaged. But it's the owlbear's turn. And this motherfucker before it did wound it very badly and just grew in front of it. And the owlbear doesn't like being the smaller of the two creatures.
Yeah, I bet.
But it doesn't like it enough to run away. These things are fearless. And so it brings everything it has to bear against you. We have a 14, we have a 24, and we have a 9. The 24 is a paw, which bats you around for 8 points of damage. Is that right?
You should still be up.
8 points of damage.
I am still up on 2 HP. No.
Jesus.
All I know is you have like 2 more HP than me or something.
I've got 2
Grimes.
attacks.
Grimes, take your turn, and then William gets his last attack.
Yeah. Ice pick. It's a miss. And dagger is a hit.
Yeah, it is.
For 2 damage. Oh.
4 points of damage.
The owlbear is
I've
gruesomely
still got the
wounded.
whistle out the corner of my mouth. I'm just wailing on its backside.
I think your dagger runs in under near its crotch groin area on the bottom side of its leg, and it just drops back down to all fours while William makes his last attack of the round.
24.
Oh,
Nice.
you crit the owlbear.
Ooh.
Is that a crit?
It clears by 5, almost
So
clears by 10.
So
2d8 times 1.4. I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to try
You
it.
just need it in parentheses, and then it'll be fine.
Oh, it's taking a while to calculate.
Oh
22
my
damage.
god! All right, you
behold.
you tell me how you finish it off, buddy.
Well, I go to slash across its chest, but then because Grimes has just cut its heels and it drops back down, I just end up taking its head off
All right.
as it drops back down into the sword arc.
At least now we have food.
Owlbear drops to the ground, dead
And then
as a doornail.
I collapse on top of it. Leaning on my sword.
Where's Ferris? And I look to Yaramir and to the
Ferris
body in the
is
snow.
laying in the snow by himself, being all having his throat bandaged. And as I see the bear fall, I probably don't even bother looking at you two yet. I just go back to Ferris and try to finish the job of bandaging it. Basically, all I did was make sure he didn't die. Now I'm proper tending to his wounds.
All right. I help wounded William up and poke it. Is it dead?
I took its head off. I think it's gone.
All right.
Was that thing?
I don't know, some sort of weird freak. Looks like half a fucking bird and half a bear. Does it have feathers, Neal, or does it have fur? I can't
It has
remember.
feathers on its back, fur on its neck. I'm sorry. Fur on its back, feathers on its neck and head.
Some weird fucking thing. It hurts though. In fact, I'm not sure how much of a conversation I'm really having. I think I'm out of breath. I've stumbled over in the snow 3 times before finally managing to attack this thing, only to be ripped to shreds.
Right.
Before finally pulling a good hit out of my arse and taking its head off. But I don't feel too pleased.
Oh.
So, how are you going to transport Ferris and all of his stuff?
I assume, it's
Shit.
we have
I
a
think we
giant camp made, right? We could just.
I think we
camp.
need to camp here, yeah.
For 10 days for him to, or 4 days.
The boat.
for
You said it'd stay for 3 weeks, right? So they have time.
Yeah, so you're just gonna camp in the woods for a few days with no food, hoping Ferris recovers HP.
The owl.
We might need to split the party or something.
Owlbear's food.
We've got food, but
Yeah.
we're definitely in danger. But I don't think we can carry Faris and all this stuff. So, and we certainly can't carry the owlbear and keep for the food. And we haven't got Faris to hunt, so I think we've got no choice but to wait here and eat the owlbear and wait for Faris to wake up. And if he dies, then we can leave his stuff. Right,
We're only
but-
7 miles from town.
But how many days?
Try-
Right? That could be 7 days of travel.
Yeah.
We could wait for the weather. So I think right in this moment, Grimes helps William up, and then I guess I'll go grab the sled and pull it over.
Does anyone else
And
skin this thing?
we start making camp. No, but I've got knives and we can figure it out. So
Yeah,
we'll
all right.
butcher the owlbear, get some
I go over
some
and
steaks or something.
I
fillets.
call Yaramir over. Yaramir, is Faris alive?
Yes, he's alive for now. He needs intensive medical care, but assuming nothing goes wrong, I believe I have the skills to keep him alive.
Can we move him?
Perhaps,
Back to health. Will take a week or more of time. It will be a long process.
perhaps while he's injured, you should give him the magical amulet.
Perhaps. We still do not know exactly what it does. It seems Tempos has deigned to save my life.
How do you mean?
This is an amulet of Tempos, and when the bear struck at me, I do not know if you could see it, but there was a flash, brilliant, of light just before its mouth was destined to strike at my throat, and it was turned aside.
Wow.
Is this creature white, Neal?
Yeah, white and gray.
So, Neal, what Yaramir's just described, I might have heard legend of, magical amulets that help people protect them from attacks.
Sure,
Right.
that's a common thing that has occurred in the world. You
So
make
this was-
magic to help people in combat. It's pretty clear.
So this would seem to be an extremely valuable item. If
I
it's
will let you make that judgment for yourself.
Yeah, so I think I'm pretty happy with that then. But yeah, it seems to have other uses other than just protection from combat. Heated decay, if it worked that golem, maybe it'll save Faris's life.
Perhaps I am loath to do something that might ruin his recovery, but perhaps I shall experiment in its use in healing properties as well. You bring up a good point.
Do whatever you can. The sooner he's back on his feet, the sooner we can get back to the lighthouse. And then I'll dismiss you from or whatever. You can go back to doing what you were doing. I'm just lying in the tent.
Sure. Yeah, I'm probably just we have this conversation as I'm stitching up the bite marks from the bear.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my chainmail's ruined, Neal, so what does my armor give me now?
We'll say it's at only, instead of +5, it's only +3 until it's replaced or repaired.
Good.
We do have a spare.
A replacement chainmail in the fort.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he also knows how to repair it.
It's almost like we were prepared. And
We were.
your stuff.
Well played, sir.
You're very welcome.
I probably don't even know that you bought it. It's just you've done it for me in the background.
How does time advance here, Neal? Because depending on how we play this, we can make it back to the fort by the end of the session. Unless bad things happen while we're resting, in which case, that's off the table.
Yeah.
Well, let's find out.
Yep. So first, let's take it a day by a time because I need to work out what HP I'm going to be on if we get attacked.
So, you gain 1 HP a day?
Two.
2
Two.
HP? 'Cause
I'm a
you're-
proficient healer.
Right.
But the day of the fight, do we get?
The day of the fight, you get nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a proficient healer can't get you. So I know it's you don't get it from resting the day of combat, but a proficient healer doesn't give you the +1. I'm just not sure how that works.
The +1 comes from non-strenuous activity,
Right, and that's why I'm wondering if the +1 from having a healer could be applied even on a combat day.
No,
No.
I think
Okay.
combat day, you're just too stressed to do anything.
Okay.
So it'll take 5 days for Ferris to come back to 1 HP.
Okay.
So it sounds like you guys are camping here for 5 days. So I'm going to make 5 days worth of encounter checks.
So should I? So do we want to? Are we all staying here for those full 5 days? We don't want to try and. I guess we've got food.
If you're healthy enough, I would suggest maybe having you do some lookout work, maybe, just to make sure
in this area, right?
Yeah, just nearby, just so that you can maybe be apprised of any creatures that
Yeah.
To be fair, though, Grimes has got to carve the owlbear and chop down the firewood.
Yeah.
I mean, I can butcher the owlbear. It'll just be
Okay.
short-lived. And we have firewood on the sled.
No, I dropped it off.
We're chopping firewood.
Yeah. Which
Okay, I can do some of this, right?
Yeah, so I won't be doing the
This isn't an all-day affair.
Grimes won't be doing full
Do
bed
some
rest. He'll
work.
be keeping watch in the camp.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you use your thief skills to try and sort of conceal the camp?
It's not explicitly a thing, but
There aren't necessarily thief skills that will come with that. But if you want to, if you're going to stay in one spot for a few days, you could probably, like, you've got a fur tent, right? So you could, prop branches and, like, pile it with snow.
but we've clearly got a fire. I figure we just killed an owlbear. It's probably the biggest, baddest monster in this forest.
Yeah,
I can't imagine what would fuck with us after that, but we'll see. So, yeah, but Grimes is active during the day. I'm on watch,
Grimes,
circling,
I need you to make
chopping
me a
wood.
perception check.
Yeah.
Kobolds.
Nailed it.
Perfect. So, you're
what day
out
is
chopping wood.
This
This is the next
day?
day, the very next day. You're out chopping wood. Maybe like you're taking a break in between swings, contemplating your existence in the universe, when some bit of movement way off in the distance to the northwest kind of catches your eye, and you position yourself a little bit better, and you see there's like this group of 7 little snowbolts pretty far away, just kind of like cruising through the woods.
I think I quietly pick up what I'm doing and head back to the camp, trying to avoid the notice of the snowballs.
Fucking snowballs.
You get back into the nice fur tent.
Yeah, I like poke my head in and whisper,
I'll take that over a
There's-
blizzard boy.
Yeah, right.
there's snowballs in the woods.
All right, well,
May want to lie low.
yeah, I think so. Hopefully they'll just pass us by. But I sort of get to my feet.
Yeah.
Just in case. Get ready to act.
Are you staying inside the tent, Grimes?
No, I go poke back outside the tent. I set the wood that I had down, set the axe down, and get ready. I don't know,
It takes
climb
you
a tree maybe next to the
Sure.
camp to try and get a view of the kobolds.
Well, once you climb the tree, you're in the canopy, and you can only see like the immediate area.
Are there
below
like
you.
low-hanging branches that he can wait in?
Yeah.
Climbing trees in forest doesn't really give you much of an advantage looking around. You know, at any point that you can climb into the tree, there's other trees that are just going to block your view, so you can only see below you straight. So,
But if the kobolds do show up, I'll be hiding in a tree.
that is true. That's true. So it won't give you better advantage, but it might give you surprise on them or something. So you climb a tree outside the tent.
Yeah. I don't know if we found like a clearing or something to put this tent in. Or we'd be under.
Depends. I don't know where
I
you
think
would
we
have wanted to
probably
put
just set it up right where we murdered that owlbear.
Yeah, probably.
Yaramir and Kilwilliam, are you staying inside the tent or are you going out?
No, I'm going to stay inside.
I guess I have 7 health. I guess I'm technically
No, I
more
think you
healthy than William. This
you
is
should
day
stay
1,
inside.
right? After
Yeah.
the attack.
Yep.
Yeah, so no one's had a chance to heal yet.
So my
maybe
plan is to
I
try
do.
and ambush them as they enter the tent, and I recommend you stay inside as well. So I'm gonna stand off to the side of the entrance with my sword, and if any kobolds come in, I'll just decapitate them.
Grimes, you're hanging out in this tree right next to the tent. A little ways away from the tent, a mile away from the tent.
Right next to the tent. Yeah.
And you wait. And sure enough, after like 10 minutes or so, you see this little kobold slowly creeping up, like lying in the snow, and like getting up and kind of crawling forward and then lying back down, waiting,
Oh shit!
getting up, just like slowly approaching it. It comes right underneath your tree.
Yeah.
And
so the question is, do I just murder this thing or do I ask him what the heck he's doing? I think I want to try and. It's just one.
It's just one, and it's getting like really close to the tent and kind of like looking around.
Yeah, I'm gonna when it gets close enough to the tree for me to jump out of the tree onto the kobold, I'm gonna try and pounce on it. And,
Do it.
like unarmed attack. Like
Would that be an
restrain it,
assassinate?
capture it.
This.
Oh, I see.
Well, yeah. If you're gonna capture, that's
I'm
fine.
not assassin. I mean, I'm not murdering it. I'm trying to catch it. So
Alright. Give me
plus
a
two for
roll to hit.
Thaco, plus 3 for back attack surprise. So total
I'll give it
plus 5.
+4. He's prone, so let's just call it +4 because he's like
Okay.
crawling in the snow.
And plus 1 for high ground for leaping on him.
Sure. So that's what 6,
Plus
7 total?
Yeah.
There you go.
21.
You land smack right on the kobold's back, pinning it to the ground. Its face plunges into the snow.
I don't know. Do we need to calculate unarmed damage, or can we just have it restrained?
You outweigh the kobold by like 100 pounds, so it's just it's stuck in the snow. You're just sitting on it. It's like if a bear sat on you. We don't need to do strength checks. You're just stuck.
Yeah. And then
So I guess-
kobold, bark little guy, mouth shut. Does he have a weapon that I can throw away?
Totally. It's got a little
I
spear
toss
that
its
you.
dagger to the side.
Yeah. So once you say "ark bark, little kobold" in kobold, it freezes.
Yeah.
Solid.
What do you think you're doing here? Looking to rob us? I shout in common, like into the tent. Oi, I caught one.
I guess I'll kind of wander my way out there.
Yeah, same.
I think I'm probably like right in front of the tent with like a knee in this kobold's back. It's little. Did it have like a knife or a spear,
Had a
or
spear,
something?
yeah.
A little spear tossed a couple feet away. Yeah,
I
knee
think-
in its back, hand on its like head or something like that.
Shall we
Holding it down in
restrain
the
it
snow.
for you, Grimes?
No, I got it, and like have you
Hey,
remind me, and I like unwrap some rope on me. Use my rope use proficiency to just to bind this.
As you
kobold
take
up.
a look around, you can see the other pack of kobolds are just running away off in the distance. They're just bolting to the horizon. They're
back
ready
in
for
back in kobold. Where are they going?
The kobold stays silent.
There's a part
And
of me that wants to
still.
take a pot shot at one and see if I can't get some kobold XP.
Neal, do we hear Grimes speaking kobold?
Yeah,
right, he's
totally.
right outside the tent. Okay,
Yeah.
just noted.
I've spoken kobold before.
Yeah,
I think.
we've seen him speak kobold when we captured one of the ones from the little hovel.
Yeah, remember we
okay.
we killed a couple and we spared one and told them to tell his
yeah,
friends to never mess with us again. And sure enough, they came back and kidnapped
I guess
Joseph. And
Maybe
all
I'm
that.
only just noticing it now.
Yeah.
You speak a lot of languages, strange ones.
So the kobold just like freezes and doesn't say anything for a good like half an hour.
What do we do with this kobold? Like we,
That's a good
we get
question.
him restrained. Do we want it? Do we want information out of it? We string
if
him up
it's-
outside our camp
Yeah,
to dissuade its friends.
We could ask it about the tower and the logging camp.
If it's not saying anything for half an hour and it's becoming noticeable, I kind of take out my jar of ink and sharp bone, and I kind of look to my companions and say, if it pleases you, I have some experiments I would like to do on a humanoid. Perhaps my ministrations may make it more willing to talk.
Let's see
I
if they'll
think-
talk first.
Yeah, I think Grimes doesn't really want to be there for that. So he like walks behind a tree or something like that, so he doesn't have to watch whatever Yarmir's gonna do. But by this point, I've probably got the kobold strung up to a tree. right?
Okay,
Yeah,
so
he's,
it's just like
hanging
tiny.
upside down by his feet or something like that.
Oh.
I
on a
kind
tree.
of point to the kobold with the pointy like end of the bone, and I tell you, tell it that as long as it continues to remain silent and not answer your questions, my ministrations will continue. But I will give it a break if you happen to get answers you like to hear.
So I walk over and in kobold I say, "You see the tattoos on my witch doctor?"
It makes eye contact
Does he
with you as you
look
say
over to
that.
Yarmir?
It makes eye contact with you and then looks to Yarmir. It's clearly understanding what you're saying.
He says he wants to practice on you.
Kobold begins to visibly shake.
Unless you have anything to say in your defense.
Who are you? What are you?
It speaks, I say in common.
Hmm.
I like kneel down in front of its face.
What thing are you?
I am a man. You can
Where man come from?
north, where it's warm. Where do you come from? Where'd your friends go?
Oh, maybe. No, not with.
Will they be coming back to bother us?
I don't know.
He doesn't seem to know much.
Ask it about the logging camp or the tower.
Do
you think it'll understand the map?
No. Are there? Have you seen other signs of men in this land? I asked.
What men?
What about buildings? Big caves that are built, not made, or built, not natural.
Haunted caves?
I nod. Yeah, I point like north of here, vaguely towards the village. Haunted caves.
The upside down kobold nods.
Is there anything else like that? And I like point to the west. Maybe he's all turned around because he's upside down, but I point another direction. And I'm like, perhaps another camp out there.
It nods
a tower,
again.
A tower, and I like point.
Tall ruin, mountain.
Where are the ruins?
Mountain.
Can you direct me to the ruins if I let you down?
He blinks a few times and goes,
Show me to the ruins.
He looks to Yaramir and just kind of like nods repeatedly.
All right, so I think I'll untie this kobold and see if I can like get if now that he's up, if I can get him upright, still tied at the ankles.
Right.
If maybe his sense of direction will be a little better, at least to like work out which direction he thinks these various ruins are.
Yeah, it takes a few minutes for him to kind of orient himself, and as the blood drains from his head and his face goes from purple to just kind of like the normal furry color.
I imagine he's not smart enough to handle like a symbolic, like we couldn't start sketching out maps in the snow, right? He does not have the spatial.
We could show it the map though.
He points in two directions. He points this way, and he points this way, and goes, ruin.
How far? How long would it take you to walk?
Oh, no go.
No go?
No go. No go.
How far until no go? How long? How many suns?
The question seems to be overwhelming for his little kobold brain, but he tries his best and goes, halfway?
Are you translating or not?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So I guess
I don't feel like
why doesn't it want to go there?
But...
Ask it why.
Are these ruins also haunted?
It shakes its head.
Why don't you want to go there? Are there gnolls there?
Nods, terrified, scary.
The tower or the other town?
Gnolls. No, I think this must be the camp. It's probably pretty close to the south then.
No, he pointed to the tower, right? He pointed to the tower, which was down here, and then to the other village, which is like down here or something. I think.
You're right. Yeah.
He just gave us.
So he was probably pointing to the tower and to some other village way over here.
So the gnolls are in the tower.
Direction that looks like those new things we see.
Are the gnolls in the tower, or are they in the other ruin?
Mountains. Gnolls live mountains.
Okay. So there must be gnolls in the tower.
All right. Good.
That one's gonna be a ways away. He doesn't seem like he knows where this other logging camp is, or whatever. Or maybe that's where the kobolds are. How many kobolds are there? How many brothers and sisters do you have?
The kobold contemplates for a moment and then just shakes his head at you.
You don't know, or you won't tell me? Where do you live? In a stump somewhere? In a cave?
No tell.
He says he doesn't want to tell us where he lives. How many he lives with.
Perhaps it is time to practice a little. And I like kind of squat underneath him as he's hanging on the tree, and
he's been he's right side up, but still tied.
I thought you had him hanging from his feet.
Maybe at this point when he stops talking, I'll hang him upside down
back
again.
Up. All right.
Okay. Yeah, and I like get some ink underneath into that like sharp kind of runnel of the bone, and I'm gonna.
Are you actually gonna practice inscribing scrolls on this kobold's skin?
Yes.
Is that what's happening right now?
That is what's happening right now. I begin from memory the beginning process. I just begin tattooing into his skull the image of well, I'll do the one that's on my skull just for practice sake right now.
Mm-hmm. Which one? You have a few ones on your skull, don't you?
I think we do. I need to open up my tattoos.
How does the kobold take this?
Not
Probably
well.
It probably starts squealing.
This is
But does he
probably
tell us?
incredibly ridiculously painful because
Yeah,
this is
so-
the most crude tattoo method like in the world from someone
Does
who's
he-
not proficient in tattooing.
Does he ever give up like where his whatever is, or do we just like gloss over a 1 hour long scene or whatever of
Well, hang
Yarmir
on, yeah, I
tattooing
mean-
this squealing kobold?
I think at some point I ask Yarmir, what are you doing here? What are you achieving?
I am practicing.
I feel like it would initially
Experimenting,
be.
if you will.
I imagine this is the thing where
like a-
initially it's screaming and wailing for a couple of minutes, and then it kind of just gives over into whimpering and goes with it, realizing that this is its fate.
Do we
Probably.
really need to torture this poor creature?
So the one that's on the
So-
top of my head is one I haven't learned before.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I was thinking of, is the one on the very top of my head. It's a circle kind of cap made of and shaded by short lines on the top of my head. That's what I'm beginning to work on here.
So I think Grimes sticks around for a minute or two to see if this seems like it's going to get the kobold talking.
It doesn't seem to get
And
the
if it
kobold
doesn't,
talking.
I think I just like take a walk, so at least I don't have to watch it. I'm probably
Yeah.
a couple 100 feet off to the woods, just like listening to the screams.
So-
Yeah.
When Grimes walks off, I'll say to Yarmir, are you sure you need to do this?
No, I would probably prefer if it was dead, but I figure this might have been motivation to get it to speak.
Okay, well, if we can do this with a dead body, then
Well,
can
it
we
still
stop?
has more information to tell us. Perhaps after a little bit of this, it will be more inclined to answer Grimes' question.
Perhaps if we treat it with kindness, it would be more inclined to help us.
Hmm.
I don't feel
Perhaps
comfortable
I am bad
torturing
cop,
it.
and you will be good cop. Come back later with water and food for it. Maybe it will answer questions for you then.
All right. So I think we're just trying to wrap up our session here. The kobold doesn't give up any information.
I stop the torture after. I don't know.
I don't think. I don't feel like it was torture. I mean, it forced it to get a tattoo.
Yeah, it's not.
So I'm
pure
imagining it
torture.
initially
It's just-
screaming, and then it just kind of
Okay.
whimpers.
If it
sadly
calms down, then I'll.
as it gets a non-consensual
Yeah,
tattoo.
it's not
It's
like-
like extremely painful, isn't it?
It depends on the place. I don't know enough about tattoos to make a judgment on how painful getting a skull tattoo would be.
Probably pretty painful, but bearable.
Yeah,
right?
it's
Like,
not
people
like-
do it.
It's not like someone's like ripping open your scalp and ripping it off your face. It's not
Okay.
like on the spectrum of torture, it's like pretty low, you know, like here's Yarmir giving you a tattoo, here's waterboarding, here's like things being shoved underneath your fingernails or whatever.
All
I
right.
don't
Well,
know.
I guess I'll walk away then at some point, but I feel
Jumper
uncomfortable
cables
about
on
it.
your nipples. Yeah, that's over here.
Seems like we may have gotten a new potential henchman.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the guy who just like carved fucking symbols onto its face.
That was Yarmir.
What are you guys gonna keep the kobold for while
I
you're?
mean, if we're trying to wrap it up, maybe we just start next week in camp with this
Yeah.
kobold pet, and we'll figure out what it.
If you're trying to keep it alive, like, I'll stop at some point. But, like, I would really like to kill it and then keep it.
Okay.
You guys gonna
I
just
mean,
gonna
like,
kill the kobold?
I need a human body or a humanoid body at some point to, like, continue my experiments with.
If it helps you for it to be dead, then I think it's probably more use dead than it is alive.
I mean, I don't know if you guys want more, like, information out of it or not.
No, I'm happy with you killing it, and that's fine. I'd probably prefer you to kill
Yeah.
it.
Maybe I talk with Grimes.
I don't
at
think
some
Grimes
point.
would want to kill. I think Grimes would feel. I mean, I don't think this is true, but I think Grimes would feel like it would be kinder to keep it alive as a slave than to put it out of its misery.
Hmm.
But I can also see William just getting sick of hearing it whimper and chopping off its head, while Grimes is too much of
I mean, I do feel bad about killing it, but
Wuss to
sometimes you've got to kill things, right? And kobolds.
Man,
At times like this, you wish Ferris was conscious before he could actually make a decision.
You need someone nice and amoral to push them over the edge.
Yeah.
Well,
Ferris is the kind of guy who would just stand up mid-argument and just put it out of its misery
I think
for
that's
them.
what happens. I think you guys probably debate about it for a few hours, and eventually you come to the conclusion that you're just going to put it out of its misery. It's more used to you dead than it is alive.
Okay. Yeah. Then I murder it.
Okay.
I probably cut off the piece of scalp that I had started on because I'll need a canvas that's unmarked to like really do anything worthwhile.
Are you making scrolls here? Is that what you're doing?
I might be, yes.
That is badass. Can you really make scrolls at level 4?
Yes.
As a geometer?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Geometry is a cool specialization.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna wrap up the session here. You're staying here for another 5 days.
Yeah.
The 1, 2, 3, 4. That 5th day is a blizzard, but it only lasts for 1 day. So on the 6th day is when we will start again.
Okay, so that's 12 HP back.
Days of,
right?
Is that 6 days minus 1 non-healing, so 5 healing days?
No, that should be five healing days.
5 healing days, yeah.
5 healing days, and then we'll start on the 6th day.
Okay,
So I'm at 3 HP.
Right.
I think I'm at full. So we can gain 2 HP a day if they're full.
2 HP a day.
If you're just chilling, if you're not
But
doing
I
anything.
think
Grimes is going to have to cut wood and that sort of thing, so maybe
Yeah,
Grimes is
so
doing light
I'll
work.
gain 1 HP a day. I'll be at 21 out of 22.
Okay.
During that time, like the Yarmir spends his days like he cut off the piece that he started on and started fresh with a tattoo that he already knows. He spends like 5 days like practicing making I don't know, what spell do I think would be most useful to maybe try to practice with? I'll just make like a detect magic. Like I'll work on the circle around my left eye that radiates in 10 spikes. And like I spend like my downtime between healing people, like tattooing this into his skull.
Into the skull or the scalp?
The scalp.
Okay. So you're building a scroll of...
Well, I'm viewing this kind of as practice.
Okay.
Maybe in rules as written, I think that I could do this in a single day.
Mm-hmm.
But I imagine that this is like the first time, right? This is Yarmir experimenting with and learning about his new magic, right? So maybe he spends extra time. It takes him like 5 days. And maybe we need to make like a magic roll to see how well it works this first time.
Sure, give me a chance to learn spells for your first
okay,
attempt.
sweet.
Which spell are you doing? I forgot. already.
Detect magic.
Cool.
So that's a pass with flying colors.
Yeah. So you successfully inscribe your first detect magic scroll in the scalp of a humanoid.
Yeah.
Because that is how Yarmir
It's a scroll bulb.
makes scrolls.
Yeah. And
So it
so
requires some investment of money, right? So did you need to like powder down some silver and mix with ink?
we customized the rules a little bit.
Okay.
It's this way now. Instead of costing money and a library, you just need a scalp to tattoo something on.
Just a
I'm
scalp.
gonna need ink and stuff.
yeah.
And
We are just not even shying away from these like colonialist symbols, are we?
I don't think scalping's very colonial.
Or like the I don't know, scalping the natives.
Was that a thing? I'm
Or-
really not sure.
That was
Yarmir
the-
probably doesn't think of it as scalping right away, right? He thinks,
Also-
I'm just gonna carry this body with me, and then William's gonna like be like, no, you can't put a whole body on the sled. This is ridiculous.
That and also tarring and feathering rips skin off people as well. So it's all really like anything where you're removing skin from things is it's pretty colonial as fuck.
Well, yeah.
Can you only use the scalp, or can you use the whole body?
We'll find out.
I'm wildly mistaken here. The Connecticut and Massachusetts colonial officials had offered bounties initially for heads of murdered indigenous people and later only for their scalps.
Well, I think it may have. I mean, I know there
During
are
the
various.
1600s.
I think Native American, like tribal warriors would capture the scalps.
I mean, look,
right? Like
for all
Whatever.
of humanity, everyone has scalped everyone else. This is colonial, but it's also Asian, and it's also European, and it's also African, and it's, it's all over the place. Everyone was awful to each other for all of humanity. Everyone's evil. Let's not pretend we're more evil than everyone else. So let's give you experience for the owlbear. which is 1,400. Experience for 1 kobold is 35. Experience for Yaromir's first scroll. I'm going to give you a bunch of experience for that. 500 because it's your very first one.
Finding the amulet.
That is worth itself.
Yeah, the amulet is more than enough. Oh my fuck.
I defeated a whole herd of caribou. They went spawning for their lives in terror.
You did chase one knoll away.
Oh yeah.
Spotted the secret thing with the treasure in it. Found a secret door, essentially.
Right. I think I'm just going to give you the treasure for that one.
Okay.
Did we get XP for the salt mine last time? I thought you split it. I thought you said you didn't give us everything because you wanted us to explore it more.
Oh my god, I don't remember what I said.
Oh,
Chat, what did you say?
I'm pretty sure it was.
I'm pretty sure you're like, I don't want you to be done with the salt mines.
Yeah, because you were like, yeah, we're still in progress on these salt mines. And I think it's because we hadn't looted it yet.
Oh, right, because then you didn't get the book yet. Right.
So Yaramir deciphered. We found the map.
Right, you decipher the book. That's going to be worth like a good 800. And then
I guess we haven't been to
the maps and all that other stuff. Okay, so divided by 4 people, everyone please take home 1,176 experience.
Times 10%.
1,176.
1176. For those of you 10%ers, it's 1294.
It's actually 1293.6 if you've been keeping the decimal like I have.
Oh, I've just been rounding up or down at my own will. So
is it 11493?
Point
0.05?
Are we only doing 1 DP, Greg?
0.05.
We're only doing 1 Dr. Pepper?
1 decimal point?
I've only been doing 1 decimal point, yeah.
Yeah, but this is 0.05, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
11493.05.
Jesus Christ, don't do decimal points. Just round up or down. You don't. The 1 XP doesn't matter.
It might. I might level up next time. I'm just over 1,500 away.
Oh, nice. I'm a while.
Okay.
4.5.
Excellent. Well, congratulations on your barely surviving.
Barely.
Oh, God.
That's
barely.
weak.
Yeah. Someone in chat's calling him the Scrollbold.
That's a good name. I like the Scrollbold.
I like it.
God, I don't even know what to title this episode. Does anyone have a good episode title?
Wow, fuck. I'd say that's a good title.
I mean, you're getting demonetized on YouTube anyways. Does it really matter at this point?
Oh, I mean, we just tortured and scalped some things. This video is definitely not eligible for monetization.
Have you
maybe call it barely ad friendly.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess this is my problem to figure out. All right, guys, we are done for today. We will all meet you back here next week on Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific time because we'll all be around.
Yep.
I should be here.
Yeah.
Score.
We're on a roll.
Oh
I love it. Get in the groove.
All right. That's it. There's already a Reddit thread up. I put it up hours ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're taking over this business?
No. I just wanted to post the document of all the text, the translation of the book.
Perfect.
And I didn't want to forget about it, so I did it right then and there.
Awesome.
Don't worry. You can take it back next week.
Oh no, it's fine. I only took it over because Greg died.
Sean's like, my karma.
Poor Croak.
All right, guys. That's it for Frozen Frontier. We will see you next week. We will not have a Halloween episode. I know you guys are wanting it, but Frozen Frontier doesn't get a Halloween episode.
I kind of really want a Halloween episode, though.
Every episode in Frozen
I'm running a Halloween episode, so I'll tell you about it.
First land with ghosts and decaying corpses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, every week's Halloween episode.
Rat. Cleaver.
All right, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.
See ya.